In this video, we're going to be looking at some of our cold outreach LinkedIn campaigns that we have. So we basically got a list of cold prospects. We've put them into this tool Dripify that you can see here, and we put them through a sequence of connecting and messaging them. I'm going to dive into the stats and some of the logic behind it. For this test, we've used one of our VA's accounts, and I will quickly show you what this all looks like. So we've got basically two campaigns running simultaneously. You can see the amount of leads that we've got at each one of these. They've been running for about 4 weeks now. We're coming to the end of the month, so I go in and check to see how these things are going every month. We've got the reason that we've got two campaigns running, and this is against a big list of contacts, is really so that we can A/B test which messaging works better for connections. So when I first started doing LinkedIn connection requests back in 2018, maybe even before that, everyone would accept my invitation. That figure has dramatically dropped, and it's mainly because there's a lot of LinkedIn spammers out there more than anything else. Now, what I'm doing here with this is my marketplace, so I'm not spamming them with any offers or anything like that. It's really just a connection request, asking them a question more than anything else. But as you can see here, the stats, we have 10% acceptance rate on this campaign here, and we've only got a 4% acceptance rate on this campaign here. To tell you the truth, the messaging between these two campaigns is very similar. There's an emoji that's used in the winning campaign, and less of a question that's asked in that winning campaign. It's just really a connection request. So the winning campaign, it's always good to have a test with two running side by side so you can see which is the winning campaign. And basically what you do every month is you take the winner, and then that goes into next month's campaign, and then you come up with another piece of copy to test to see if you can beat the control being this winner here. And then you do that every month, so you'll start to get a really slick LinkedIn outreach sequence, but it takes time to do this. The other thing I want to discuss here is actually the acceptance rate. So I think LinkedIn has the amount of people that you can actually connect with in a day is, I think, 20. So if you're looking at like 30 days in the month and you've got 20 connections every single day, theoretically you can have 600 connections by the end of the month, which is a substantial number. However, as you can see from this, I'm getting nowhere near 100% acceptance rate. I'm getting 10%. So of a theoretical 600, I'm probably only going to get 60 accepted connections, which is better than nothing. The tool here, Dripify, it's about $100 a month. So you really have to weigh up, our 60 new LinkedIn connections for your prospects that you're looking to connect with. Is that worth $100? I would say it kind of is, if you can get into their feed. And that's obviously a whole other video about how you go around about engaging them on social media, on the LinkedIn timeline. So certainly that's it's good. I wouldn't say it's great. So I mean, if you do this over the course of a whole year, we do 60 connection requests a month, and we times that by 12. I'm going to have 720 new connections. Now, what you could do is, this account here, it's a VA, so you could have multiple accounts connecting with people on a regular basis. I mean, you can have 3 or 4. I don't know. You could scale it up, so you could have potentially 10 VA accounts running this. So you would reach that 600 number in a month. That would be hard to manage from the perspective of getting all the accounts set up on all the messaging. Now, Dripify has an option for a higher tier package to manage a team. So all the leads that you've got, that can be shared between a team of user accounts, so that you're not going to be cross messaging the same person. I really do question though. We're kind of like borderline with the pricing on this. So, $100 for 60 connections. Could I get potentially better bang for buck some other way? And what is the impact of this going to be? And that comes down to the engagement metrics. So you're going to have to come up with some sort of strategy once you've connected with them. What's the next steps within the marketing sequence? Is it just a case of hoping that they're gonna see your posts on LinkedIn for all of your cool content, or do you have other messaging functionality that you're going to be putting out there as part of Dripify to kind of engage them more? So that's the things that you have to think about with this. So there's quite a bit of work getting the list first of all, creating the sequences, and changing the sequences for a variation. So there's an A/B test that you can do, but I'm going to probably give us a couple more months before I make up my mind on this tool. Once, as I say, this is initial work that we're doing here on it, and I came in just make my mind up if I'm going to continue with this tool or not. I'm not cancelling it yet, but I am going to be watching closely on the performance of this. I mean, the other thing you have to think about is if there's, 60 connections over the course of a month, how many realistically do you need? Probably not that many. So then that brings the question, do you actually need an automated tool, or could you just be doing this manually? I guess the benefit of an automated tool is you can set it up. It takes maybe like an hour to set it up at the start of the month, and then you'll let it run. Whereas if you were doing it manually, you'd have to go in every single day, connect with 20 people. That's probably going to eat up quite a bit of time doing that. So that's probably where this tool comes in quite well, is that it can save you a lot of time, as opposed to doing this manually. So that's probably the main benefit of this tool, thinking about it. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed these ramblings, and see you in the next one. Bye. How do I stop? Am I even recording?